Today we are in my studio, joined by Kirby. There he is, Kirby. And Gambit. Mittens is actually hiding somewhere under the bed because I got this large new mirror, and whenever I get some kind of new furniture piece or anything changes, he has an adjustment period. I don't know if any of you that have cats have that, but whenever there's some kind of new item or change, he goes into hiding before he accepts it and adjusts. So, but he will be back for a video in the next couple of days. But today I'm gonna be reading, doing a little bit of reading. From this book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This is like a self-development, personal growth type of book. In the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and create needless suffering. In the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and create needless suffering. Based on ancient Toltec wisdom, the Four Agreements offer a powerful code of conduct that can rapidly transform our lives to a new experience of freedom, true happiness, and love. Okay. So let me just tell you up front what the Four Agreements are, and then I'll read a little bit of the introduction and maybe some little bits and pieces. But in general, the Four Agreements are number one. Be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. Number two, don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. Number three, don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Number four, the fourth agreement is always do your best. Always do your best. Always do your best. I like the paper of this Introduction, the smoky. Introduction, the smoky mirror. 3,000 years ago, there was a human just like you and me, who lived near a city surrounded by mountains. The human was studying to become a medicine man, to learn the knowledge of his ancestors, but he didn't completely agree with everything he was learning. In his heart, he felt there must be something more. One day, as he slept in a cave, he dreamed that he saw his own body sleeping. He came out of the cave on the night of a new moon. The sky was clear. He could see millions of stars. Then something happened inside of him that transformed his life forever. He looked at his hands. He looked at his hands. He felt his body, and he heard his own voice say, "I am made of light. I am made of stars. I am made of light. I am made of stars." He looked at the stars again, and he realized that it's not the stars that create light, but rather light creates the stars, the stars, the stars. Everything is made of light, he said, and the space in between isn't empty. And he knew that everything that exists is one living being, and that light is the messenger of a life, because it is alive and it contains all information. Then he realized that although he was made of stars, he was not those stars, those stars. I am in between the stars, he thought. I am in between the stars, he thought. So he called the stars the tonal, and the light between the stars the nagual. And he knew that what he created the harmony and space between the two is life or intent. Life or intent. Without life, the tonal or the nagual could not exist. Life is the force of the absolute, and he came to the conclusion that human perception is merely light perceiving light. He also saw that matter is a mirror. Everything is a mirror that reflects light and creates images of that light. And the world of illusion, the dream, is just like smoke, which doesn't allow us to see what we really are. The real us is pure love and pure light. He said this realization changed his life. Once he knew what he really was, he looked around at other humans and the rest of nature, and he was amazed at what he saw. He saw himself in everything. In every human, in every animal. Yes. Yes, you do. In every tree, in the water, in the rain, in the clouds, in the earth. And he saw that life mixed the tonal and the nagual in different ways to create billions of manifestations of life. In those few moments, he comprehended everything. He was very excited, and his heart was filled with peace. He could hardly wait to tell his people what he had discovered, but there were no words to explain it. He tried to tell others, but they could not understand. They could see that he had changed, that something beautiful was radiating from his eyes, and from his voice. They noticed that he no longer had judgment. He no longer had judgment about anything or anyone. He was no longer like anyone else. He could understand everyone very well, but no one could understand him. He had discovered that he was a mirror for the rest of the people, a mirror in which he could see himself. Everyone is a mirror, he said. He saw himself in everyone, but nobody saw him as themselves. And he realized that everyone was dreaming, but without awareness, without knowing what they really are. They couldn't see him as themselves because there was a wall of fog or smoke between the mirrors. And that wall of fog was made by the interpretation of images of light, the dream of humans. Then he knew that he would soon forget all that he had learned. He wanted to remember all the visions he had had, so he decided to call himself the Smoky Mirror, so that he would always know that matter is a mirror, and the smoke in between is what keeps us from knowing what we are. He said, I am the smoky mirror because I am looking at myself in all of you. But we don't recognize each other because of the smoke in between us. That smoke is the dream, and the mirror is you, the dreamer. So, it's a little introduction to it, and let me read the 4 agreements one more time. 1, be impeccable with your word. 2, don't take anything personally. 3, don't make assumptions. And 4, always do your best. And of course, the book goes into great detail about all of those. But it's a little introduction. This is a book that I definitely go back to over the years and reread. I think it's very interesting. It has a lot of good ideas. But of course I would never ever tell you, how to look at the world or what to think or, your beliefs or anything like that. I just like sharing some things that I find inspiring and relaxing, calming, that bring peace, connect with the love and inner joy. So hopefully you will feel that, and if it's not your thing, then hopefully just the soft speaking and the up-close whispers can be relaxing to you. So thank you for joining me, or joining us. We love hanging out with you and relaxing together. Okay, this studio couch is a little small for the three of us. But yeah, I hope you have a beautiful night, and I love you so much.